Our man is kicking all them balls with his foot down on the gas. Homie, kick it off the turf. Papa, kick it off the grass. Community mechanical, make old air blue. Baby, baby, buckle up. It's the
Brandon Aubrey Show.
Yes, Community Mechanical, the sponsor all year for the Brandon Aubrey program. Joining us now from a car near you is Brandon Aubrey. Hello, sir.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me, and can't believe you'd even question if Dak meant that throw. Of course he meant it. He put it right where he wanted to, and JT made a great catch.
Okay.
That's how we're.
You're biased.
Look, he caught it, so he meant it. That's what we're gonna go with, right? Like if it's out of bounds, it was thrown away. If he catches it, then, you know.
I mean, he doesn't throw many away. His completion percentage isn't it like all-time great levels right now?
Yeah, for number of attempts, like in this era.
Yeah,
it's
and if he continues this throughout this whole season, it will be like the best completion percentage ever.
Okay, so something I didn't bring up to these guys yesterday. There's no way that you like watch the TV copy afterward, right?
Sometimes, if there's not a whole lot going on, like we play Monday night and then there's nothing going on Tuesday night, I'll watch back the TV copy, but usually not really watching it back.
Okay, because there was a play where you guys went for it on 4th and 4 in the second quarter, and that was like a little, hey, were they going to go Brandon here? It was from the 30. And Pickens was interfered with. It was the play where Shoddy's over on the sideline like begging for it right in front of him. You guys recall this, or at least you, Dan?
Yeah.
That was a ballsy call. But do you recall what Greg Olson was saying on that play? Like, he wanted the slant and go. Like, they wanted a kill shot touchdown right there on 4th and 4. Now, they ended up getting a penalty. They run it. Ferguson scores, extra point. But, like, I wonder if the players on the sideline know, like, he wasn't just going for it. That was a touchdown play. Like, if there's no interference, that's slant, go, nobody's with him, or it's incomplete and you're going the other way. My point is just, like, the players know he's going for it. On the sideline, do you guys know afterward, like, we were going for the touchdown? Like, does that make it to the sideline type thing? I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I'm so not involved in the ebbs and flows of the game, especially in a situation like that where we're in field goal range. I'm on the sideline just focusing on doing my job. I don't know, probably for the rest of the guys that know football a little bit better, but not for me. I'm just concerned, okay, we got a first down. I got to go back and start warming my leg up, staying ready for the opportunity that's going to come, because when we're down there, I'm going to have to kick one unless we turn it over, which hasn't happened too often this year. So I'm trying to divorce myself from the game and the emotions as much as possible. But the other guys, I'm sure, think that's awesome.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I'm just saying there's a difference between going for it on 4th and 4, and there's a difference between calling a double move for the end zone on 4th and 4, and I was real fired up that was the play. But, you know, I'm a fan. Do we have the GIF? Can you play this? All right. So we talked last week about sexual celebrations. There was an offensive lineman who I was showing my wife last night. Like there's nothing sexual about that. That's a little this. You got to really pull through with the hump, I feel like. But it was flagged, leading to your missed extra point there. Somebody sent me this of you placing the ball for a kickoff and said they found this like oddly sexual. You do like a little push in of the ball, and
yeah.
Okay, so you can make it stop. You don't have to keep playing it. It's like it seems like the sort of thing you would do on grass, like wedging the ball down in there. But like, what's your pre-kick? Is it specific to you? What are you doing when you place the ball there?
That is for the punter. That's for Brian. Trying to break the ball in just a little bit more. Kind of an old habit when we didn't have the kicking balls have been broken in exactly how we like them. That would give me a chance to make the nose a little bit fatter, just make the sweet spot a little bit bigger. So that's what I'm doing there. But it's not really needed anymore. Just, feel like if I don't do that and we have a missed punt or missed field goal, then I did do my part.
That's cool. These guys are always trying to help each other out. Like, for real.
Yep.
Like, you've got the tee, you've got the ball. Like, why not?
Well, Brandon's always trying to help them out. I don't know if it goes the other way.
Hey, man.
That's
That
So
operation is
going the
clean
other
as a
way,
whistle.
Yeah, I was gonna say for them helping me, like Brian won't tell me when he does it, but we have wind in that game, so he just leans it a little bit more forward, so it cuts the wind better, and I don't have to think about those little things, which is why it's so important to have pros like Brian and Grant, in my corner, holding and snapping for me, because I don't want to be running out there like, okay, it's windy, please lean the ball a little bit forward on this one, and then have the guy be. And if you have a rookie or someone who's not super experienced, you have to think, do I even tell him that? Because what if he just leans it way forward and he drops it or something? So like, that's how they're helping me with all those little details that I don't have to worry about, because they're such grizzled veterans that they know how to do it and they know when to do it.
I heard someone bring that up the other day regarding kick distances. Like, yeah, training for the kicker. Yeah, strength training. Yeah, the K-ball. But somebody was like, dude, the long snapper and the holder now, that is a 99.9% operation. That is what is leading to accuracy and distance in kicks. It's just cleaner. It's just a more professional operation the whole way through. I'd never thought about that.
Yeah. If
Oh yeah, they mean a lot to me.
the fact that you can be specialized
Yeah.
and just be a long snapper.
Yeah, it's perfect now.
Let's see. How'd you feel about your kickoffs overall this week? Do you grade yourself? Do you get graded in the film room?
There'll be plus minuses for him. Anytime I hit the end zone in the air, it's a minus. Anytime we get the outside the numbers or whatever the coach asked for, like if he says, I want it outside the numbers and in the field of play, as long as it meets those criteria, I'll get a plus. And then if I do an adequate job but not exactly what he wants, it'll be a neutral. So that's the extent of my grades. I think I'm harsher on myself than he is. The one that the opening kickoff for us that hit the ref in the chest right at the pylon. Obviously the wind's blowing that way, so instead of aiming at the red line like I normally would, I aimed at the hash and I hit it right on that. But we got a big gust and it pushed it sideways. And, I'm getting really nervous at that point. So even though the result is great and I get a plus on the scorecard, I'm giving myself, don't you ever do that to me again on that, because starting at the 40 versus 20 is just like an inch there. So I don't want to play with the margins that closely. I'd much rather have it land comfortably in the landing zone and have them catch it. And as you saw this week, we had a really good plan on kickoff. The team covered really well. We got them tackled inside the 20 even on one of them. So that's even better than getting it down in the landing zone and the end zone. So we need to give our guys a chance to go and play and show what they've practiced.
Yeah, I had written next to that first kickoff, playing with fire there. It's just aiming for that little corner. It turned out perfect, but yeah.
Yeah. Not the plan there, but we'll take it.
I had a question about pregame, because I noticed that, and this could be I just watched it the right time or wrong time, but it felt like you kicked more into the wind pregame just to figure out what it was going to do to your ball. And obviously I'm coming at this from a golf perspective where it kind of helps to have a consistent miss. That way you kind of know the wind will take, my slice right. Is kicking into the wind for you more of a challenge because you don't have a miss? You kick a straight ball.
It's not more of a challenge for me than other kickers. The issue with kicking into a headwind that severe with gusts like that is you tend to try and swing too hard, keep your head down and really punch through the ball. And that just exaggerates the wind, your miss hit. So if I pull it a hair, then the wind in your face pulls it really hard and you don't have a chance. And if you push it a little bit, then it'll take that miss hit and exaggerate it. So you just kind of want to hit a nice, smooth, clean ball, and then let the wind take it how it's going to. But then for reference, I was just trying to figure out how far left it was going to take it going into the wind if I hit my normal ball. And so back to 45 yards, it was moving half the distance of the uprights, and then back at 52, which is not a big gap, but back to 52 is almost moving 3/4 of the uprights, and then at 58 it was moving the full width of the uprights. So that's where a line is for the game. We're not gonna really play it outside the uprights too much, because then if you have any slight miss hit, you're kind of screwed there. So 58 would be the line if it's moving the full width of the uprights. Not comfortable going beyond that, even though you have the distance. You just don't want to play with it because you get a gust. It'll be good. You don't get that gust, it stays straight, and you're outside the uprights. Then you just missed hitting your perfect ball. So it's not more challenging necessarily for me. Yeah, I mean, maybe if you have a crosswind and you hit a draw and the wind holds it straight, that's great for you. Or if you have the opposite, that's fantastic. But that's only one half of the field. Then when you're going the other way, then you're kind of really hurting. So the wind in the face is just the toughest possible wind for a kicker to deal with on field goal. So glad to get through there without any misses. Really didn't get tested, which is great. A lot of extra points, which we like. We like 1 point over 3 points in football, and then a couple short field goals that we wish were extra points.
Do you ever get so when they do go for it on a 4th and 4, but you thought you were going to be going out there, is your adrenaline going and you're a little bummed out that you're not running out there?
Yeah, you definitely feel bummed. Like you're ready to go. You got all dressed for the prom, but then your date doesn't show up kind of feeling. But it's the right move for the team. We ended up scoring a touchdown. Even if we don't, then they're kind of pinned in their own half. I know that one was a little bit further out, but just with the flow of the game, it felt like the right move. And with how well the offense is playing, confident in them to pick those yards up. So I was happy to see it. Obviously, that was into the wind, so it might have played a little part in it because Shoddy, obviously, hearing 58 yards as a line where we're kicking from isn't normal. So he probably had some feeling of what's going on with the wind. So just decided to go for it, whatever his reasonings were. I don't really know, but I can guess that maybe that had a little bit to do with it.
Does Shoddy have a nickname for you?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I don't know where this is
That's
going.
a good thing.
Blake was just calling you BA. Did we call you BA?
Oh, that's what my mom calls me. I grew up with 4 Brandons in my elementary school class. So we were BA, BG, BL, whatever. So that kind of stuck with my elementary school friends and with my sports team. So I kind of grew out of it in college, but mom every once in a while calls me that. So
that's
I'm
odd.
Not used
the
to
mom
it.
usually calls you by your proper name.
Jacob Matthew.
Yeah, not your nickname.
Yep.
But you can't be BA because your punter is BA.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's older, but he's Bang. So
Yeah, he's
that's
Banger.
easy.
Bangers.
That is a sweet name.
Too tough.
Yeah.
This is just I'll do this for you maybe every week. Ways that having you on the show is ruining me as a football fan. When Ryan Fitzgerald, who I'm sure is a great guy, and I'm really pleased with him, and whatever, he's a rookie. He made a 55-yarder before the half, and they were blown away. Oh my goodness, Joe Fitzgerald at 55 yards. I'm like, oh, look at you, little champion. Great, 55 yards.
Rub his head.
Hercules. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, buddy. Yeah, cool. 55.
Yeah.
I saw a man do that. No, it's like they can't react to other kickers like they do you and 2 or 3 other guys who can hit from 64 reliably. But it's like 55. I've seen that. Lame.
Yeah. He had a good game. Got his first game winner. Happy for him. Wish it was another team and another game, but like to see the kickers succeed when called on. Wish we would have got the block, but that way you can't blame it on him. But what are you going to do? We got an extra point field goal to walk off the game. Kickers nowadays are probably 88+% on those, and that's just knocking about 5% for the pressure. So yeah, he's gonna make that one. Any kicker I think in the league is gonna make that one to walk off.
Have we ever asked Brandon, or have we just done this behind his back? We want you to, if you get a game winner, we want you to do like the sniff.
Oh, yeah.
Did we do this on the air?
We've talked about it. Yeah, that's not
that's
not sexual.
Yeah,
The thing that they banned.
The CD sniff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slime.
I feel like CD might pay for that fine for you, but community mechanical might.
That's the move.
I don't know. Yeah. It's funny how the news cycle goes, though. The news cycle is so fast. A couple weeks ago when you hit that 64-yarder, just everybody's going nuts over Brandon Aubrey, and now it's like, okay, he's a kicker. Does it feel like that? Is it weird how just for a week everybody's going crazy over you, and now it's and I equate this with remember when kicking balls for a week, 3 kickers or 4 kickers made some long field goals.
Yeah.
And it's like, these kicking balls. All the records are all gonna fall, and this is gonna be terrible. And it's like torpedo bats in baseball. We heard about that for a week, and then all of a sudden the season just happened, and nothing ever came.
I feel
of
like
it.
you're kind of saying the media's
Sucks.
stupid,
Yeah.
the whole thing of it, but because he's not the one.
Yeah, I mean, I like being just a kicker. I like being just a guy out there. Don't need all the attention in the world. And then whenever my job gets called, or whenever I get called to do my job, just go do it. It's been a interesting 3 weeks. I don't think I've had 3 weeks like this where my longest field goal is probably an extra point, maybe 35 in there. So it's also nice to just have a easy workload that I feel like a lot of other kickers kind of get every once in a while. So it's a double-edged sword. I don't get the recognition for kicking long field goals when I don't have to kick long field goals, but hey, I don't also have to kick the long field goals. I'll take the days like this one in Carolina, especially with conditions like that, where I got the job that everyone expects me to get done perfectly, and I'll just get it done and get out of there.
While cool, you're not getting slimed or getting a Hemi for Carolina, though.
No, but his right leg is all atrophied. It's all shrunken. Why are you in the car today?
The crazy part is, even though.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Crazy part is what?
The crazy part about this game with the wind, kicked more balls, trying to kind of figure out what's going on with the wind and how to play it, and it kept shifting and gusting and whatnot. I kicked more balls this week than I do normally, so my leg is actually more tired this week than it was the week we played Green Bay at home or New York Giants at home, because even though I had the long kicks, it's still that's still just one kick versus going out normally in halftime. I'll sit there and do nothing because I don't really need to judge anything, and my leg's not falling asleep through warm up or through halftime. This time, I got to go judge the wind again. But why I'm in the car, just did a appearance for the Cowboys at local hospital for just popping in and saying hi to some kids that are going through some tough times.
They've never heard of you, and
No, they've heard of him.
Exactly.
some haven't.
Most of them haven't.
Okay, I feel like the kicker of the Cowboys, when he's doing what he's doing, he'd be top 5, right? Because of the Nickelodeon thing, because of the Hemi.
I just know how these things go.
Well,
and
listen,
sometimes
our buddy
you're going,
Justin, yeah.
But you're going to see kids at a certain age. They don't really know all the players type thing, and
our former coworker Justin had cancer at about 12, maybe. I think he ended up losing a leg, but he's very funny about it, and he's like, they'd say the Cowboys are coming in. And then it'd be
Ronald
David
Leary.
LaFleur, just an end of roster guy, and the kids are bummed. That's not the best Cowboys hospital story, though. The best Cowboys hospital story is when Orlando Scandrick couldn't take it easy on that kid in Madden and beat him 70-6 or something.
Yeah.
It's a very Orlando Scandrick
I did win a game
story.
of Uno today.
Okay. You're an Uno guy, aren't you, Blake? No?
Yeah, I guess so.
If you throw Uno out there, I'll play a little Uno. We're asking Blake, because we've been on other pro sports flights home. The NBA, you wouldn't even know they lost a game if they lose a game. In the NHL, it's such a stark difference. If you win, it's the biggest party ever, and if you lose, you can hear a pin drop. You have to act like your mom died. How is what kind of performative thing do we have to put on in pro football, and how does that compare to when you played soccer? To how do we deal with a loss when you're losing almost as many times as you're winning, even if you're a good team? It just seems weird to me to act so upset after a loss. But how have you dealt with that, whether in soccer or football?
Yeah, soccer, there's so many games, obviously not as many as the NBA or baseball, even NHL. I think it's like 38 games in a season, so it doesn't sting nearly as bad, and often you're coming home after a draw, and a draw on the road is almost like a win, especially if you're playing a better team. So I'd say just the lack of opportunities in the NFL, because you probably only get 8 or 9 road games a season, and everyone expects to win at home. But going on the road and beating someone at the place is really hard to do, and something that will put you in the playoffs if you can do it a couple of times. So that's what we want to do. That's what we're aiming to do, and we feel like we were the better team going into that game. So this one stings a little bit harder, and as specialists, we're a little insulated from it. And me and Trent sit together in business class. There's not really any players around, so we're kind of just business as usual, win or loss, more dependent on how you did individually, how you feel. So, I mean, we got our jobs done, so we're kind of in that quadrant where we did our job, but we lost, so we're kind of neutral. Obviously, you want to win. Everything feels way better, but we're not too big on the performative side for wins, losses, but definitely feel the energy of the team being way down, because felt like going into that week we should win. We got to figure out.
And we've lost Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And his car
It was sweet.
connection. You know he'll jump back on in 2 seconds, even though we're kind of at the end,
Yeah, we should just
because he's that kind of guy.
tell him. We're wrapped up.
I did have one more awesome question.
And
though.
Well,
Aubrey
we'll say goodbye,
was
and we'll end with his
Hey,
awesome
Brandon.
question.
I'm here if you can. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, we
I
got you.
just dropped the meeting
We
and
just do
put
audio.
me back in. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
You're good.
Blake said he had one
I
more.
would like to hear Blake's super awesome.
And now it's time for this week's Community Mechanical Brandon Aubrey question from Argyle's own Blake Jones. Take it away, Blake.
So I was going to ask you about the Carolina Panthers layer and how they have the walls painted of Panthers and this a dark kind of walkway with the blue lights. I thought that was kind of cool. I did see you got some Carolina barbecue on the way out, which I hope you enjoyed very much. But my question to you is, do you ever get tired of the police escorts? Because on the way out of Carolina, you got to go through downtown before you get on the highway to the airport. And there's just hundreds of people, like either Cowboys fans cheering you on or Panthers fans telling you to move out of town, lose, or whatever. But it just, I'm a very ancillary part of this thing. Like, those are people cheering for you. And I don't know. It just hit me hard that, like, we need sports, and these people are cheering for you, and it's a big enough deal that they commit their whole day, and they just want to cheer your bus on down the road. And I just thought for you to be a part of that team and for people to care that much about what you're doing, that has to feel awesome.
Yeah, what a fantastic question.
Oh,
Thank you.
I was going to say,
I think no, it never gets old. Love it. It makes you feel like the game matters, and it makes you feel like people really care about what you're doing. Sometimes it feels silly, getting on a bus, getting prepared, and going through all this.
Dang.
just stay here. Just stay here.
He might not know he's not transmitting to us. I would like to counterpoint Brandon saying that was an awesome question.
Okay.
So, do you get tired? Do Do you get tired of getting to the airport quickly and not sitting in traffic and having free meals? Like, do you ever get tired of that, Brandon?
That wasn't really the theme of the question. It was.
Do you get tired of being famous?
Go ahead, Brandon. Do you have a counter to Dan McDowell's counter?
Yeah. He's,
no, I don't know what's going on. I keep dropping in and out of this thing.
You're
but,
there now. Yeah.
I enjoy it. It makes it feel like people care.
Yeah. I thought Blake's question was terrible, but I'm glad you're here.
I think everyone did a great job, and we'll reconvene next week.
Didn't really think I'd
before
ask
we
the
get ready to
question.
go to Denver and break a record.
Oh, that's right. We're going to Denver.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
See ya. Adios.
See you, man. Talk to you next week.
Appreciate you guys. Bye.
I don't know. I will
Brandon.
be honest. I've never been on it like Blake has, but I would not do well with the bus surrounded by people. I would actually hate that.
Well, Philly.
I don't care if it gets you there faster or not. Like that, my anxiety would be out of control.
People like yelling at the bus and stuff, or
if they're around the bus and you're having to go slow to move through a crowd of people, I would be bugging out.
This was downtown. Like they had all their bars and restaurants, and all, like everyone on the patio was going nuts. It wasn't like you're moving through a mob.
Okay.